Hey guys, it's Ro. Today I'm going to be making another nerdy nummy cake. I got a lot of requests in the comments for a portal cake, and it's also Valentine's Day, so I was thinking, what should I make? Of course! Companion cube cake. Last Valentine's Day, I had Chinese takeout and was watching Merlin, and this year I'm going to be making companion cube cake. He's so cute. Okay, so let's get started. Tools I am using are a beater, measuring cup, poker, your favorite knife, rolling pin, thingy-majogger that spreads frosting really well, measuring cup, and mixing bowl. The ingredients that you'll need will be a box cake, eggs, water, vegetable oil, flour, baking pan, and Pam baking spray. It's time to bake. 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. And then you beat for 2 minutes, and you can either use a whisk or you can use electric beater. I'm pretty sure that just electrocuted me. I'm like 100% sure that just electrocuted me. Well, is it the connection? Like, do you think it's like connected funny? Then you beat the cake mix for about 2 minutes. You can either use a whisk or an electric beater. Now you're gonna grease your pan. Whenever you're using small shapes or odd shaped cake pans, I really like to prep it so that your cake doesn't stick. So you just spray in there, then you take a little bit of flour and lightly coat it everywhere. Just make sure you get all the corners because you don't want your cake to stick in there. Nice. Then you pour the batter in, and I'm only gonna pour half of the batter because I'm making 2 of these. And I might make more, so just a good rule of thumb is to know that the batter rises about halfway. Wherever the line is that you rise, it will rise about halfway. When you're baking a cake using fondant, you just really want to make sure that you use cake that will make a smooth surface. If you use a cake mix that has any like nuts or chocolate chips, just know that that is not going to be the best cake for fondant. You want really, really, really smooth. And to do that, you can jiggle. Now it's time to bake. You're going to set your oven to 350. And when that's ready, you're just going to put your cake right in there, and you're going to let it bake for 25 minutes and then check it by poking it. If you don't have one of these fancy cake pokers, you can just use it, a toothpick. And if nothing sticks to it, it's ready. And since you have a little time to spare, maybe you can play little video games. Playing video games with oven mitts on. Challenge accepted. Cakes ready! They're done. After you've made multiple cakes, make sure that they've had lots of time to cool before you begin to frost. I made 4. I don't know how many I'm gonna need, but I made 4 just to be sure. I made a custom cake plate out of cardboard that was just lying around the house, and then wrapped it in wax paper, and that will be going underneath the cake. And I'll be using creamy vanilla frosting. When you're making a cake using fondant, you don't want to use any whipped frostings because I've learned that they don't make the best substrate to lay fondant on. You want to use anything really thick and creamy, no whipped. And then this kind of reminds me of like laying bricks, where you put like that putty in between and then you'll lay the next brick on top. Just takes a little bit of time. I'm using this fancy thingy-majigger. I still don't know the name of it, so if you know the name of it, please leave me a comment and let me know what it's actually called. Oh, we've leveled up. And again, just make sure that these are completely cooled, because if they're not, they're gonna be soft and just falling apart. So sometimes I like to stick it in the fridge because it just will make it more solid. So now we're gonna frost the entire thing, all sides, and then we're gonna put the fondant on top. You don't need a lot of frosting because this is very thick, very creamy frosting, and it's acting like a glue for the fondant. And when this is done, we're just gonna put it in the fridge for about 10 to 20 minutes to let it cool. When I'm working with fondant, I like to lay down wax paper with powdered sugar sprinkled on top so that the fondant doesn't stick to the table. I also pre-dyed my fondant the colors that I wanted, but just remember that when you're dyeing fondant, you really want to coat your hands in a vegetable oil. Just kind of rub it on like lotion so that the dye doesn't stick to your fingers. I've pre-measured a lot of the shapes that I need with the dark gray color, so I'm gonna start by rolling it out. Oh gosh. After you've rolled it out pretty thin, I've pre-cut the shape of the side of the square, and I'm just gonna place it here and cut it out with my big trusty knife. And then you're gonna cut out 5 shapes like this and stick them onto each side of the cake. I've divided the task of decoration into 3 parts according to color. The first, dark gray, the second, pink, and the third, light gray. And I've got my shapes pre-cut out to size. Got the circles. I don't know what shape this is, but this was symmetrical. And when you cut it into 4s, I only need 6 of these. Math. And I need 10 of these little guys. Ta-da's! Boom, companion cake. See, the cake is not a lie. I hope you guys have a happy Valentine's Day, and if you have any other nerdy nummy ideas, please leave me a comment below, and I will do my best to make them happen. Bye bye. Companion cube! I brought a cake for you guys.
Very nice.
I just finished making it. This is cute.
Hey Ro, my birthday's in April, so.
Oh.
It's delicious.
We love it.
Bye bye, companion cube. Would you like a piece?